Hello, good evening. Please sit down. Welcome to tonight's town council meeting. Just a brief update of things that I've done. I've been rather busy over the past few weeks and months. One of the major, sorry, question time. I do apologise. Welcome.
This is Christina from the county who's going to do the wayfaring. But I'm assuming you're not here for public question time to quiz the council on anything, Christina. No.
I think I remember, and if you want me to step out, I will. I just thought I was coming for 6, and then I would just be ready for when you finished. So I'm happy to go.
You're perfectly all right.
I don't want to. Yeah.
No, it's a public meeting, but
You've got the best view in the world here. So I'm focused, but
right.
we've just missed the boat corner. Yeah.
Well, as we haven't got any members of the public in attendance and we haven't received any questions, Mayor will be able to continue with the council meeting. If there are, for Christina's reference, if there are any members of the public come in, they are entitled to ask questions up until 6:20, and then we'll get back to the agenda after that. All right?
Sorry, question. We haven't got all councillors here for 6 o'clock, but they know the full council's 6:30.
No, 6 o'clock.
No, I mean,
6.
So your council meetings, the question time's at 6 o'clock.
yeah,
And I
but
know we're due further on,
No,
there is,
meeting will commence immediately after the question.
yeah, but there's nobody,
Yeah, but
no
it's
other councillor who come in at 6:30. That's what I'm trying to see. It's up to you, I mean, I'm just pointing it out just in case somebody has something to say.
The policy's different to that, isn't it? We can start now, start
We
again.
can start a council meeting when there's no public here. But we can go over briefly what we've discussed and give other people a chance to
yeah,
have a say for the points of view across.
I mean, in the opening paragraph, just for clarity, it says that the council meeting will immediately follow public question time at 6 p.m. and will commence once any questions have been answered or at the latest 6:20.
I mean, that's fine, ma'am, and all I'm just saying is just clarifying that some councillors are not here. They might come in at 6:30, thinking that they're all county at 6:30. Okay, that's all I'm saying, just for clarity. Thank you.
Right, as we've got no members of the public at this present time, I think we'll just go ahead and start the meeting. Over the past few months, I have been, sorry,
Apologies.
I was just gonna give sorry. I need to take it.
So
Apologies for absence.
As councillor Reid, we've got councillors Grant and Susan Davey, Robson and Watson.
And Councillor Humphrey.
Right. On another note with apologies, we have just received an email from Councillor Humphreys, and all I can say at this point is with immediate effect, he wishes to hand in his notice from the position of Town Council for Newson Ward. So we have just received this email today, in fact, a few minutes ago, and that's all I can say on the matter. So with immediate effect, Councillor Humphrey has resigned.
Can I just comment on that? If we'd waited a few weeks, we wouldn't have needed to call a by-election. But now we potentially could have a by-election,
Yeah,
which is a bit of a pain, the cost and effort. If
yeah.
you just waited a couple of weeks, could have saved all that.
Unfortunately, I can't go into details,
No.
but I've shared the news.
Maybe didn't.
Any disclosure of interest and grant dispensation?
There's been none provided.
Nothing? Right, now I'll get to some of their announcements. I've had a busy time over the past few weeks. One of the major events was an invite to Solingen, where Councillor Nesbitt was glad he'd come to support us over there, because I've never been abroad since Adam was a lad. Unfortunately, there was a major incident while we were there where 3 people were murdered and 8 people were seriously injured. So our thoughts and prayers continue to be with the people of Solingen as we speak. They're still going through a difficult time at this present time, and families are still having a horrible time.
Madam Mayor, can I just say these are part of our twinning, and that's what makes it more effective, because they are part of our crew.
Also, can we keep in mind of the events that's happened over the past few days with the floods and everything that's gone on in Blythe, that we will continue to support the projects and charities who are supporting residents in this difficult time. Moving forward, we'll go through the minutes of the council meeting held on the 18th of July. Has everybody read through them? Sorry.
Present the present.
Oh, yes. Sorry, just. I seem to have been having this little man for quite a while now. This was a glorious gift that even though they were going through a difficult time, the mayor, Tim, presented Blythe Town Council with this beautiful statue of the bridge. And Kath knows about the bridge.
Upperton Bridge, that's it, it's gone into and it goes over the top, it's the largest one. Plus, underneath that bridge is this lovely little cafe where we always went to, John. But it was really nice. So yes, so that's the bridge they had made for,
Yeah.
really, really nice.
So that's a gift from Solingen to us.
Yeah.
Sadly, when I took my suitcase, I didn't heed what Malcolm said. My suitcase went on a different holiday that had our gift in return, but they will be getting it. It has come back to Blythe. It was 3 days after I returned back. But we've all had, including Solingen team, have had a good laugh over the antics of my
And
suitcase.
plus, out of the council, she got a load of new clothes from Solomon.
German council.
It sounds like you maybe need to go on holiday a little bit more.
No, she needs to, recorded.
I think
Has a gift.
Trapped.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
You need to
Yeah,
declare that you
declare.
anything over £25, I believe.
But to be honest with you, if she'd went around another day with her clothes she had on, I'm sorry, but I would have been walking the opposite way.
You just had a peg on your nose.
Yes. But it was rather warm over there. Right,
Yeah. Right.
so we're gonna move on. So that was our gift, and we will be receiving theirs in due course.
Madam Mayor, while you're on about that, can I just mention they are looking to come over here in October of next year? So it'd be lovely for we're all to sort of get together, to make them welcome.
Okay. Minutes of the council meeting held on the 18th of July. Do we agree to that these are a set of
Yeah, moment of record.
anybody?
Seconded.
Second. Was there any actions to be taken from the previous minutes? None? No. Item 5, committee minutes to be approved. Community Funds Subcommittee. Have you had a chance to?
Move the minutes be approved.
Second. Environmental Committee on the 19th of September.
If there's nothing in there, I would say move the minutes to be adopted.
Anybody for the second?
I'll second it. You should.
This is the one you were just doing.
Oh, sorry. There was one concern I did raise with this one, is they had me down as vice chair, and it's Margaret Richardson who's vice chair.
It's amended.
Just as,
So it's just an amendment already done. The Special Community Development Committee on the 1st of October. And that be read as. Anything.
move the minutes.
Second. And the Governance Committee on the 1st of October, 2024.
Agreed. Yeah. Can I just make one mention? I know I'm not really supposed to, but regarding point 14 of the governance minutes.
Yeah.
Can I just mention a thanks? I think we should thank Councillor Robson for raising the issue of the LGPS and the subsequent decision that was taken. I think it's worth mentioning that he did raise it initially.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Not quite certain yet.
Everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Right, decision report, external audit report, 23-24. Anybody got any?
This report went to the governance committee. It was a very satisfactory report from the external auditor saying that basically our affairs were all in order, and that it was and this went out to all councils as well. But it was good practice for councils to have it on emails and websites at .gov.uk. We'd already started changing the staff over, earlier this year onto that. And as I said at the governance meeting, we were progressing with the council, and we are very close to just saying we can't do it now. And we'll be offering, sheets on how you can change your own email settings, or we'll offer a facility of coming in here or calling in at Whitescope or what have you. So that'll be happening in the near future as well. So everybody will be on the same .gov.uk portal.
Okay.
Any questions? 6.2, the interim internal audit report 24-25.
Well, again, this one went to governance. It's an interim report. Mike Slaughter has done 2 visits to the council, and again, all the processes and the transactions have been satisfactory for this year. So it's just really to pass this on to council that officially noted as well.
Okay.
6.3, review of policies. I'll hand you over to Lee.
Yeah, this evening we're reviewing 3 policies, the document retention policy, risk management and public question time. I've attached to the agenda packs copies of the policies. I apologise, my version has the amendments in red, yours is on black and white, so it's just going to appear grey. The amendments to the retention policy are in just the majority of the text remains the same. I've just included arrangements for deposits and storage, which highlights in line with the Local Government Act that provision with the principal authority for storage at Woodhorn Archives. Woodhorn Archives have confirmed they don't actually have any of our archives at the moment, but they would be willing to take them, and they store things like minutes and records in special containers to protect them from fire, damp, anything that may happen. So it includes arrangement for that, arrangements relating to the Data Protection Act, and information on the safe disposal of documents, whether in digital form or in paper form. I've also just added a bit of text to Appendix 1 to explain what it is, and some minor changes to the certificate of insurance against liability for employees should be kept indefinitely, and to change the reason for keeping insurance policies. So it's quite standard. Yeah. The risk management policy, which I apologise, is quite a lengthy one, but you're referring to the very last page of it, where it's including a line regarding charities, because obviously the town council is now the corporate trustee of Blythe Valley Trust for Youth. So this is in line with the proper practices of the accounting procedures that I've included. We review it annually. It has to be included on the annual governance and accountability return, and has to be audited separately, but we need this on the financial risk management just to show that it's there.
Sorry, can I just confirm what page that I'm looking at?
Page 38 and 39.
It was at the end. Thank you.
The very last one, charity trustee. The council meets its responsibilities as a trustee. Medium risk, we need to confirm that all charities of the council, we keep trustees up to date with charity commission filing requirements, that we're the sole trustee of the charity on the commission register, that we act in accordance with the trust deed, that charity meetings and accounts are recorded separately from council accounts, and internal audit is done separately, and we review the level of activity of the charity and where a risk-based approach suggests such, review the independent examiner's report if one arises. And if everyone's happy with that, yeah.
Yeah.
The third one was public question time, which is the very last page of this section. You'll see a score through near the top in the first paragraph. That's because I had included that public question time was scheduled for council and all committees, but then Malcolm clarified it's actually just allotment question time at the Environment Committee. So I've just scored that out. And just to reinforce that there's no provision for public questions during the meeting, I've just added that in at the end of it.
Yeah, Madam Mayor, I was looking back and I couldn't find what I was looking for, but I'm sure at one point we had a statement in there to say that there's nothing special about 20 minutes and the mayor had discretion to extend the 20 minutes. Say, for instance, you had a whole series of people come ask questions and we've got 20 minutes and they hadn't asked their question, we wouldn't just send them away. The mayor was allowed to extend the 20 minutes. Their discretion just to take. It wasn't necessary because 20 minutes is just an arbitrary number, really. It didn't really matter. I thought it was 20, 25, 22 minutes. So there used to be a line in that, but I couldn't find it. I'm sure it was there at one point that the mayor had discretion to extend the 20 minutes at their discretion. Yeah.
If I may come back and tell you, I think that provision is included in the standing orders of the council. So, I mean, if you like, I can just copy and paste that from the standing orders directly into this document just to reinforce it.
That's not what I couldn't find it.
It's in there, it's right. Third paragraph,
That's the number of questions.
number of questions about.
Can I just say, I don't have the discretion to allow more time.
That's
That's the-
no, that's the number of questions.
Right.
Not time.
Okay, it is on the question.
Yeah, if you can just add that in,
Yeah.
just to clarify that, because it is on the website as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anybody got any further questions?
Yeah. It's not related to the decision report and the three things that we just mentioned, but I was reading something somewhere and I can't for the life of me think where it was. It might be in the town parish conference we were at, John, the other day, but it was about the monitoring officer at the county council. In our policy and procedure, it says that council members and members of the public are advised that code of conduct complaints should be made to the monitoring officer, NCC. As a result, sanctions for any failure to comply with the code of conduct are independently determined. And I'm sure I've seen something recently which said that that monitoring officer is unable to take any sanctions.
That's right.
There's very few sanctions you can actually take.
Yeah,
There's not a lot modern officers can actually do.
yeah.
It's just one of the issues where there's not really they can't, well, actually, the modern officers can take your computer equipment away from you or can stop you going to county council meetings, but I don't think there's anything you can do as far as the parish is concerned.
There's- Since the removal of the standards board, there's not much teeth to the regime. But they can make recommendations to the council and like if there was a complaint against a particular member of the council, and the council can make the decision to remove somebody from a particular committee or position of power, but they can't force them to not be a councillor.
I think that's to do with county council law.
County council.
It's not to do with parish councils, because like we've all said, government doesn't recognise parish councils. So really, we're on, there's only now that we can relate to, you know, so I mean, that's where I'm struggling with, because the monitoring officer at County Hall is to deal with county, not parish.
Yeah, Madam Mayor, they can make recommendations, because they've done that before.
Plus the fact we still have a standards committee who met today.
No, I'm talking about the standards board. The national one.
Right, okay. I know they've still got a standard committee, so.
I mean, years ago, without going into the detail, I mean, we had to deal with it, one of the previous one, not at this council. And he made some suggestions, and we said, well, what happens if they don't materialise?
Mhm.
And he just shrugged his shoulders and said, well, you've just got to try to make the best of the situation that you're now going to find yourself in. But he couldn't force anything on us.
It is really odd, Madam Mayor, because we're not employed by the ombudsman either. There's nowhere for people to go. Other than, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, you can make your own rules up. Because I mean, what was it you said, you can't be like a Labour group, you've got to be people from the Labour group, or it's the way the terminology goes now. You can't be,
You can't call yourself the Labour group, but
And
you
you
call
can't
yourself
call
the
yourself-
Labour councillors.
and you can't call yourself a Conservative.
That's Labour Party rules, nothing to do with the
No,
council.
no.
I just broke me that.
Okay,
Could
sorry.
that be something that maybe we look into regarding that? Because I think everyone could probably use a bit of clarity. Because I know when I've looked at having a complaint, all I was told was I'd have to go through county council if I wanted to, and was highly discouraged at doing it because of how public it would be and that bit there. But it means that as a councillor, you feel very let down sometimes that you can't have a complaint against another councillor. And I know we're all trying to be friendly here, and it wasn't against anyone currently in this room.
I'm not bothered.
But I think we need to have some standards within ourselves that we can hold each other to account, because this room is supposed to be on the more friendly side and still be able to get things done. And if we're told we just have to go through county council and then there's no repercussions and kind of bullied out of making it because of it being public, it doesn't leave a very good taste,
Because we're
like,
community council.
yeah. So maybe we just get a bit of clarity, please.
Can I just bring Malcolm in on this, please?
It doesn't look like he wants to, but yeah, that's.
Oh, I don't mind. A little while ago, I mean, there was a document, Civility and Respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we didn't adopt it
No.
because there wasn't the full support of the membership of the room. But it is something that, you know, there's elections in May, as you all know, and we will be doing certain things in advance of that. We'll be presenting, you know, introduction packs for new councillors and going through how the committees are set up and the responsibilities of the committees and everything. And it's our intention to bring in, through agreement at council, if we get it, the civility and respect. And go through the basics of, you know, how we should be treating each other, you know, members and staff and things, and everything. You know, I'm not saying there's anything radically wrong in here, I'm not saying that at all, but it's to cover all of those angles which you've just mentioned.
Yeah.
So we will have another opportunity to bring that forward.
Excellent.
And I think start with the, you know, another 16 members, a lot will probably be the same, but there will be some new. And it's just to get everybody on that footing come May. That's the plan for that.
It'd be helpful, because I think it, especially as a newer member, it kind of puts you on a back step, like not necessarily knowing your rights within councils, and then like being made to feel like you're not supposed to be or be able to say what you want, so.